This episode is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Do you ever think about switching insurance companies to see if you could save some cash? Progressive makes it easy to see if you could save when you bundle your home and auto policies. Try it at progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Potential savings will vary. Not available in all states.
1982 was a year that influenced culture forever. Michael Jackson released Thriller, the best-selling album in history. E.T. the Extraterrestrial became the highest-grossing film of the next 11 years. Cheers premiered on NBC. And a 19-year-old Michael Jordan hits the game-winning shot in the NCAA championship, cementing himself in the national consciousness. Also in 1982, in a bathroom in Pasadena, a NASA engineer tinkering on an experimental heat pump concept accidentally fired a stream of water across the room and had a thought that had nothing to do with spacecraft. What followed was 7 years of rejection and perseverance, the result of which became the #1 selling toy in America with over 200 million in retail sales. Synonymous with carefree childhood fun, this was no ordinary squirt gun. Its pressurized air pump system revolutionized water fights with a powerful, accurate stream that could shoot up to 50 feet. Even more remarkable is its inventor, Lonnie Johnson, a man whose dedication to innovation rivals his impact on the American summer. And that's why this week's On Brand is on Super Soaker. Na 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 na. I forget our song. Do you know how it goes?
It's like na 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 na.
That's actually good. We should use that.
When you're driving, it's
when
you're
driving down
into
the highway.
first and you got a Hershey squirt. It's something like that.
When you're sliding into first and you feel a little burst.
It's Hershey
diarrhea.
squirt. It's diarrhea.
Yeah, okay.
We're all jazzed up, nearly having a cow. What's your favorite show? And it's on right now. It's on brand.
Welcome to On Brand with Jon and Marisa. I'm Jon.
I'm Marisa.
Okay.
Squirt, squirt.
Squirt, squirt. I have some thoughts. Super soakers. Wow. I did not see that coming.
Whoa.
I don't know how that final edit's going to be on our cold open. It was rough. Marisa could not say 2 words without stopping. I thought it was Pac-Man until we got to the squirting. And then I was like, she's doing bidets again. Then it was a
Tushy
toy.
Part 2.
I don't know why we're doing Tushy Part 2 in a bathroom, but it's a super soaker.
You made it.
I know them well. I had one.
Yeah?
It led to one of my earliest shoplifting moments.
Oh my God. You stole a Super Soaker.
No, at Tri-County Mall, I bought myself a super soaker at I might have been a KB Toys.
R.I.P.
I think it was
Toys.
a KB Toys. Cool super soaker. I don't know who I was shooting. I don't feel like I had squirt gun friends. I'm just walking around in
I don't see you running with the squirt gun crowd.
But I
so
had
much.
one. I wanted one.
Yeah.
And it was so cool, but it had the daintiest little trigger, and I broke the trigger really quickly.
With your aggressive finger.
With my big fat finger,
Yes.
my childlike muscular finger. I've always had muscular fingers. They've always said that about me.
Yeah, you have.
And now with
Yas
swiping,
queen.
yes, queen.
Oh, you've been putting on, you've been doing reps on your finger.
Babe, my index finger, I could push down a wall. So I took the Super Soaker back, but I didn't return it. I don't think I understood how returns work, or maybe I had had it too long. I didn't have a receipt. I took the broken one back to the store and swapped them
Just did a
without them
shelf swap.
realizing
Yeah.
it. Yeah, and got a new one.
That's funny because that feels like something you've done a month ago.
I do that now. I have no issues with
the
that.
original.
It's it all evens out.
It all evens out.
Hopefully they'll find it. Hopefully someone won't buy it and
I
find
did that
it,
with
but-
a kid's bathing suit. I'm I'm not going to go through the line and be like, I accidentally got a small, I need a medium. I'll take care of it. Don't worry, I'll take care of it. I'm not stealing anything.
Actually,
it's a clean swap.
Now that I think about it, it is the Amazon. It's this water bottle that I got.
True.
So yeah, I've been doing that. Super Soaker.
Who's
Wow.
getting
Okay.
the last laugh now? You versus Amazon.
I thought you were going to say Aunt B. Who's getting the last laugh now? Aunt B.
That's her new nickname
Aunt A.
on the
We'll
show.
call her Aunt M. Aunt M. Auntie M. Amazon. Okay. I've had a very long, busy week. I'm ready just to focus on squirt guns for the next hour and a half.
Our life, I always makes me laugh when we're getting ready for a show. The amount of running around I am doing, up until 30 seconds before we hit record, I laugh thinking about our contemporaries in their green rooms before they record, their studios, their offices. They're having a snack. They're getting a Coke.
Their manager's like, do you need anything? Can I run and grab you did you want an orangelina? What are those?
Orangelina.
What are those drinks that look like an orange? I feel like that's
the fact that we don't know means they ain't for us.
They're not for us. Maybe a Martinelli's glass apple. Oh, man. I keep seeing those and not treating myself to one because it's not a lot of beverage. I feel like I could.
But it's actually plenty.
Probably.
It's plenty. It's very sweet.
I know, but we're running around. It's like so much to do. And then it's like, quick, sit down and talk about a squirt gun for 2 hours.
Quick, sit down, talk about a squirt gun. Literally, when we wrap, I'm going straight to the dentist. Then I'm going straight to a sculpting class.
I've got to jump on my secret job. I just got a lot of tasks I got to take care
of.
So, yeah.
Can you give us one hint? Maybe it would be a sound or a smell.
One hint. No.
Great.
I can't.
I cannot wait to know.
I can't wait for you to know either because you're going to be so...
disappointed?
No, I just feel like you'll be like, oh, okay.
Oh.
Someone yesterday was like, how's it at Avatar 4 and 5? And I was like, I'm not on those. Wish I was. Just if you're watching the YouTube, I've got a rag under my shirt. I've got a super soaker towel. I've stopped wearing white shirts on the show. So
that would be appropriate though if you were really sweaty, and then we could just say that I squirted you with a squirt gun.
You should have brought one so you could just squirt me in the beginning.
And then we wouldn't know if you were sweaty or not.
But yeah.
So you think the embarrassment of admitting to the rag is lower than the embarrassment of being wet?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, some people just sweat. I was born this way. As Lady Gaga said in 2011.
Yes.
And I repeat to myself every morning upon awaking, girl, you were born this way.
That's what that album was about.
Me and sweating.
You being sweaty. You being a sweaty queen.
Yes, queen. All right, well, we'll get into Super Soaker. A lot has happened in the last week. We have two things. Mother's Day. I haven't heard did you get your candy? Did you do anything with that? You're creeping up. We've talked about it a lot. You're creeping up on 40. Your youngest is hitting 5?
5, yeah, my baby.
A 5-year-old birthday coming up. So you've got a lot going on, a lot of miles. I guess Mother's Day is not a milestone.
It's a huge milestone in my life. I'm not good at asking for breaks, and I'm home with my soon-to-be 5-year-old full-time now. So I feel like with Mother's Day, like how people want to slut it up on Halloween. You know what I mean? Like this is your one excuse. Sure, you could be a slut year-round, dress like a hoe bag.
Right.
You know what I mean? But
you only want to be a mom that one day.
No, that's the one time I can take advantage of the break. That I can ask for the break. It's like, sure, I could whenever, like any day of the year, I could say, hey, I'm just going to dip out for 2 hours and like go get a massage and get my nails done. But I don't do that.
You never do that?
I need to take advantage of it. I rely on I hear moms be like, oh, I don't care about Mother's Day. Like, big deal. I don't need it. I'm like literally starting the day saying everybody needs to be nice to me. I'm not lifting a finger. If a kid comes to me and like open this packet, I'm like, find your dad. It's my day off.
Did David take the kids out? Did you go get a massage?
I went out and did some shopping and I had a nice little outing, and then he grilled some steaks. So I had to do a little bit of mothering, but it wasn't too much. I was satisfied. And I'm deep. If you're watching the video, you'll see some mylar fish hanging from the ceiling. We're planning for a big birthday bash on Saturday. We do birthdays pretty big around here, and this week will be no different.
Right.
You might want to swing by just for a cheeseburger.
Well, I know. So when you started having kids, I stopped getting invited to certain parties, and I took that personally. But you told me that these are parties that would be mostly child heavy, and I would probably just be
beyond
bored.
child heavy. It's like it's all parents and kids friends with the child.
Right.
So, I mean, sure. I mean, you're a hit everywhere you go. People fall in love with you. Everywhere you go, people are meeting you for the first time and they're like, who's your friend, John? They're spellbound. They're captivated.
How can you not be? I mean, but I wouldn't mind a hamburger. I wouldn't mind a takeaway bag. What's going to be in them this time? Some sort of thing that sticks to the wall, some sort of finger device.
Chinese finger trap. My mommy, speaking of mothers, goes absolutely butt nuts for goodie bags and piñata filler.
One of Bobo's favorite things to do is lay in bed and
order goodies on
Amazon for things that come in packs of 100 that she can share with us and children.
It is so true. There'll be like, you remember that squishy pig? There was like a squishy little gold pig like filled with like water beads, and she was like, I got everyone one of these, and like it was like 5 of us, so we like all had one, and then she like, someone was like, oh, mine popped, and she was like, I have 25 more.
Or she's really into those little beaded thing. Those are
like stress ball-y kind of things.
No, the little beads that are in the yard that have water in them.
Yeah, water beads.
Those are water beads, or like the little cute Asian-y squishy animals.
We have a lot of little squishies coming through, little furry, little keychains, little things. So she's on piñata duty and goodie bag duty, and every day it's like, I got more. I got this. The goodie bag is going to be like a garbage bag by the time we're done. And parents have mixed feelings about goodie bags. I'm learning this. You know, when you see like an opinion shared very like universally on like the internet and you're like, wow, that never would have been on my radar. The amount of like hatred there is for goodie bags, and like parents are like, we all hate goodie bags. Why are we still doing them? And like 10 million comments like in resounding agreement. I'm like, I actually like them. Yeah, I think they're fun.
Why would
Who
you
cares?
hate a goodie
They're
bag?
good. I don't know.
And if you don't like them, don't do them. If you like them, do them.
People don't like being given a bag of garbage from a party, but you know.
Oh, is it like a green
environmental
thing? Then I understand. It is
sure,
trash.
but it's all
everything
trash.
Everything we do is trash. This is trash.
A little fun. This is certainly trash.
Audio trash. My next podcast. Okay. It's a slant. It's the vampires' take on Green Earth. I don't know. We're figuring that one out. Coming fall of 2026.
I like the idea of you having like a different, like a persona for each podcast in the same way. Like what was Garth Brooks's other, like, you know how he had like
Gaines.
Raina James.
From Nashville.
Yeah.
Raina James was based on, what was it? Daniel Gaines? Oh, I hate when we do things like this because I know
People
that like
screaming.
Rob or someone is like,
sure.
it's George Gaines.
Kurt Gaines.
I gotta ask Siri. Hey Siri, what was Garth Brooks' alter ego?
Garth Brooks' alter ego is Chris Gaines.
Chris Gaines, of course.
That's like you. So we have John. There will be, of course, Hollywood Justin. Then, of course, there will be your vampire persona.
My other one, yeah. The one that cares about the environment. Mm-hmm. Well, that's fun. You don't get a box of C's for Mother's Day?
I was supposed to.
Oh, I thought that was tradition.
It was.
I stopped at box. I literally... openly, I think, for the first time, stopped at C's Candy last week just for the free candy.
Oh, really?
I usually go in there just for the free candy, but I'll either end up buying a little something.
Yeah, a little
or
sucker.
I just I mill about. But this time I literally walked in and I was like, oh, there's the free samples.
And she's took it and walked right out?
Yeah, took it and left.
What were you doing at the Americana?
I had lunch with a friend.
Oh, okay.
I have a friend that's come back into town. She
nice.
got a job on a soap opera, so we're very happy for her. You know, in this time, anytime you can land a job. She's living in New York, but now she's back out here working on this soap.
Love to hear about someone working in Hollywood.
Yeah.
That's great. By the way, Matt Damon was on Saturday Night Live on Saturday, and he did a really good job.
Oh, I thought you were going to say he brought us up. He mentioned the
pod in the monologue.
In the monologue. Oh, speaking of bringing up on brand, everyone's been sending this. Sorry.
Sorry, Jimmy.
Sorry, Jimmy Fallon. It's not that easy to have a show called On Brand, I guess.
There's only one on brand in this town.
And this town's only big enough for one of us.
That's right.
And it wasn't him.
I never even saw his show. Like, I never saw it promoted anywhere. I only saw the news when it came out.
It was like on buses and stuff. They pushed it. But I never watched an episode of it.
Yeah. Was it on just the web or was it on TV?
QB. I think it was on Peacock. It was on, I'm sure, an NBC property.
Interesting.
But sorry, our condolences go out to you.
Sorry.
Us, on the other hand, are headed into finishing year 3. Unmissed, no
crazy
skips. I think maybe one just kind of like banter show, but even that was new.
Yes, we did one. I think we did one maybe at the end of the year where we didn't have a brand. It was catch up.
Right, because we were leaving for the holidays and we still wanted there
to be something. That is quite impressive. Hear this sound? Pat on the back.
You know what I think Shania Twain would say?
What?
That does impress me much.
And she's here. God, second guest Shania. That would be one hell of a roster from Terry, Shania.
Maybe. Shania Twain dropped a new album this week. Pre-orders went up and she had signed inserts. We hate the inserts. We like the album to be signed, but everyone does inserts now. Now, what most artists do, they do a signed CD insert and a signed vinyl insert. The CD insert's about the size of a CD. The vinyl insert's the size of an album.
Okay.
Her inserts are all CD size. So it's like,
oh, it's just rattling around inside of a big vinyl?
Yeah, so if you're really in it for the autograph, just buy the CD for $15 instead of the $40 vinyl. But then I was looking at Reddit. I didn't buy one. the Reddit yesterday was like, I don't know, her last album, they still have the signed ones available, and it's been out for like 2 years.
Oh, wow.
Like the young girls, they sell out in like a half hour.
Oh,
and it's like Shania's just sit there, like she probably just signs them to order, maybe.
You think so?
Or there's just a pile of them.
She just has like a bell that rings in her mansion, and she just runs over and like knocks one out like before she sits on the toilet.
That's what I want to do. That's been, so people, if you're in the $8 tier of the Patreon, one of the perks is you get an annual patch. And those patches finally for the first time went out.
Is it only the $8 tier?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Only the $8 tier.
Okay,
so
good.
if you're in the $5 tier and you want the patch, bump it up. But if you can't, we totally understand. We totally understand.
Hard times.
Hard times. We're all trying to just get through. But it's only $3, so I don't know. I'm torn.
Price has not gone up with inflation.
We have not gone up with inflation,
the
and there's no tariffs on it or anything. But people started getting this week and posting them, and it was so cute to see our little signatures. And people were like, you have such nice handwriting, and people seem to really like them.
I saw somebody that was like, because I signed mine in pencil because pencils are kind of like a thing with me.
Yeah,
someone was like, who signs their signature in pencil?
Someone was like,
smudged.
John's signature, and then like fire emoji, and they're like, Marissa's a B because it's smeared. Who signs in pencil? And I was like, I didn't even know you signed in pencil.
I think pencils are part of my canon. I got my fancy pencils. I got my pencil sharpener, my Ticonderoga. I think I'm a pencil queen.
They did say that. They're like, maybe this is a nod to the Ticonderoga episode. My mom is also a pencil queen. I don't know if I've ever talked about this on the pod. When I was working in Avatar, I got in the habit. I don't love to talk on the phone, but I like it when I'm driving. So when I was working in Avatar, I had like long drives to and fro. So I got in the habit of calling my mom a lot more. And we had a weekly Friday call. And while we were doing that, I gave her a task that I had wanted her to do for a long time, which was to handwrite out all of our favorite recipes so I could make a little cookbook. Now, I was a total bitch about it, and I've gotten a lot of slack about this. My mom has the most beautiful, unique handwriting I've ever seen. And I know everybody says that probably about their moms. Maybe they don't. You know how like you see like grandma handwriting and it all looks the same.
Sure. If you look at like your family's yearbooks.
Like 50s handwriting, they all just look the same.
From the same
My
teacher.
mom is like from another planet. And I kind of took after that.
I'm curious. I want to see it now.
It's so extraordinary. And I feel like I kind of took that on myself. I took my handwriting very like...
You do have interesting handwriting.
Seriously. I took typography classes. It's just something in my genes. So the reason I was a bitch is there's 5 kids. So I was going to make 5 of these cookbooks. And I made my mom write the book out 5 times. Every instead of just making it once and copying it, I wanted everyone to have an original.
Wow.
And my mom doesn't love to do this stuff. So it was a real kind of like bonding thing for us. It was like cheerleading on. Like we check in on Friday. I'd be like, okay, next Friday, let's get mashed potatoes done. And it was like, you know, she's like, well, I got through like the ingredients, but not this. But then like someday she was like, John, I got through 15 pages. It was like so fun.
It does make, I mean, especially when you get older, like your hands do tire out pretty quickly.
Oh my gosh, I know. Looking back, I'm like, what did I do? Why did I even bring this up? What were we talking about? Now I forget why this even came up.
You're talking about autographs, Pencil Queen.
Pencil Queen. So that was her one stipulation. She she wouldn't do it in pen because she is a pencil queen. So the whole, because in case she makes a mistake, because she is so meticulous about it, if she did in pen and made a mistake, she would start over.
Yeah.
So, I mean, hello, Eraser Me. Season 4 on brand. But hello, they just add a little rubber cement in the ink. I found out already. But yeah, so long way of saying.
I think you've shown me, have I seen a picture of this before? Where it's like a picture of the recipe and then like.
I didn't have pictures of all the food.
Yeah, I'm thinking of Alistair had his family do this too. This is like a thing I guess people do.
Yeah.
If my mom had a family recipe, it'd be like instant mashed potatoes.
Well, that's
add water.
Some of her recipes were from one specific, I want to say McConnell's cookbook, or it's like a checkerboard cookbook from the 70s that was very popular. But over the years, she tweaked those enough that like the ratios of ingredients and stuff changed. So a lot of those were jumping off points. But her stuff, I think one of them was just like a clipped out from like a stuffing thing, from like a Thanksgiving newspaper.
That's cute. You know, I'm trying to, now that I'm between printers. By the way, you were right. It was a 2-year warranty. I let this person gaslight me on Brother, and now I went back to them and I was like,
You went back?
Yes, I went back and I said it actually was a 2-year warranty. I corrected him because I was like, I was so sure. I was like, no, he was right. He was right. I was wrong. And then I was like, Because then you were like, I think it was 2 years. And I was like, was it? And
I
then
just
went back and
pictured
looked.
now every Thursday in the weekly brother meeting, they're like, okay, so all right, so that's where we are with our fiscal report. Where are we on the pension file? I'm like, okay, well, she apologized to us. As you all know, she apologized to us last week. We thought we were good and in the clear. She has now reached back out again. Turns out she thinks...
I pulled a Columbo. I was like starting to leave, and then I was like, there's just one more thing that doesn't sit right with me. And I can't remember if I've told all of this on or off brand. So it's possible that people just on brand are like, what is she talking about? My printer saga back and forth, 2 broken printers later. I bought a new printer from Canon. It's sitting unopened because like out of the principal, he needs now a serial number and copy of the receipt. I'm like, I already sent this to you. Check the transcript from 2 weeks ago. Like it's already there. Why do we have to? It's $100. And I just cannot let it go. And I don't even want their printer anymore. I don't want it.
Okay, I have 2 trains of thoughts. I want to get them both in because they're both funny. One, I wish this was Columbo, and you were like, you're starting to leave, and you're like, I have just one more thing. And then you hear like, that would be the 2-year warranty that I'm printing out that I'll hand over to you. And then 2, you think you're doing all this for $100?
Yeah.
About 3 weeks ago, I did, maybe for the second or third time in my life, I did parking lot pickup from Walmart.
Mm-hmm.
It's great. Sure. Like, you just shop. They didn't charge me anything for it.
They just bring it out to your
car. They say, pick this up within 4 days. Text us when you're here. Now, bags. Bags in California cost 10 cents.
They do.
And a lot of times, back when I used to shop at Target, it would automatically default to $1 of bags, but then it would just charge you for what you used. Mm-hmm. So I had ordered a bunch of Crush packets, like a bunch of small things.
Yeah.
It all came in one bag.
Uh-huh.
Why wouldn't it? They're all small. And then I get the receipt. I was charged for 4 bags. That's only 30 cents extra. I parked my car.
No.
Well, I also had to return something because I had shipped some stuff and I bought an extra Harry Styles record just to get free shipping. So I had to return that. So I had to go in anyway. But I sat there with them until they could figure out how. They finally just gave me 30 cents out of the till because they couldn't figure out how to return these bags.
You wanted them to give you 30 cents back to your card?
Yes. You know why? Because I'm one of 2 trillion customers. Yeah. And they 30 cents everybody.
It's probably like 10% of their profit.
It's probably like, where are we on the the bag fees that they don't know about? We've actually brought in $14 million, sir. They're like, you get a trip to the Cancun. All right. Well, there's all my stories.
That is wild.
I wish I had the I wish I had the
change
in my
30
pocket.
cents. Was it 3 dimes?
Yeah, I think. Maybe, honestly, I don't know, a quarter and a nickel. You know what it wasn't? Pennies. Hard to get. Now I'm searching for 2009s because apparently those are the hot ones right now.
Why?
Because it was the only year they did that weird Lincoln series where it was like Lincoln's Cabin. And
you're not a coin collector.
No. Do I have a collection of coins? Yeah, a lot. Are they in books? Some of them.
Let's get into the story of Super Soaker.
Squirt me,
God,
bitch.
I wish I could just blast you in the face.
Oh, God. It's been a long time since anybody's had that wish.
Let's start with a man named Lonnie Johnson. He was born in 1949, a year after my mommy, in Mobile, Alabama, which is where Alan McLeod is from.
Oh, fun.
Well, fun fact.
A peer of ours.
A peer of ours, yeah. Yeah.
Heavyweight in the podcasting world.
Absolutely. Molasses Boy.
Yes.
Is his name in the podcast community. His dad was a World War II veteran, and he was a civilian driver at Air Force bases. And he taught his kids to build things with their hands. So when Lonnie was a little boy, I relate to this. I have a son like this, and this was actually helping me see him in maybe a more profitable light. So I mentioned maybe that my son spent 9 hours disassembling the old printer. And when I told him, I was like, this printer's broken too. The first thing he said, he goes, can I break it? Can I smash it? That's how Lonnie was as a kid.
That's what you should do for his birthday.
Let him smash something?
Take him to a smash room.
Oh, actually, yeah, I should. Do they let kids in there?
I mean, I don't know.
Should I put him on my shoulders with a big trench coat?
Him and Peggy with a trench coat over him?
Yeah.
That fish balloon is the face. We're here for a birthday party. Room 4.
So he would like take apart his sister's baby doll heads to see how the eyes would open and close, which I still don't know how that worked.
That's very much my brother Rob. He had like an official device that was called the Rubik's Cube Smasher.
Whoa.
Like you could just break them apart. My sister too, like she wouldn't solve the Rubik's Cube. She would take them apart and put them together.
Yeah. Some kids are smashers.
I'm the opposite. I'm like, I'll spend most of my life figuring out how to do one side.
And like keep things in pristine condition.
Yeah, and
you're not smashing anything, even if it's broken. No, that's good stuff. He even went so far as to cook rocket fuel on the kitchen stove. And his parents, instead of like saying no, they got him a hot plate and they said, "You do that shit outside."
Where does one get rocket fuel?
He is widely known to have this quote that he says that he cooked rocket fuel on the stove inside.
I'm going to go into this with skepticism, but I don't care enough to really look into it.
Fork off on your own podcast.
I'll have to bring that up in my vampire earth-friendly pod.
So his parents were very supportive of him. At 13, he built a go-kart from junkyard scraps and a lawnmower engine, and he drove it on the highway until the police pulled him over.
Okay.
And his friends all called him the professor. So he's a smarty pants, he's a tinkerer, he's an engineer, and he attended Williamson High School, which was an all-black, legally segregated school. Despite his obvious genius in mechanical engineering, his teachers told him to not aspire beyond being a technician because of his race. And he was inspired by George Washington Carver and fortunately, ignored them entirely.
How weird is it that there's two George Washingtons?
I think of that all the time. Very influential people in the history books.
And one of them gets a lot more recognition than the other one.
I'm sure a lot of their accomplishments are like cross-referenced and mixed up in the brains of fifth graders.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right? How are you keeping those straight? George Washington Carver did he's thought of in being the inventor of peanut butter, but actually it was like a lot of like crop rotation and things like that. And a lot of inventions pertaining to peanuts, but I don't think he actually invented peanut butter.
Okay. I didn't even know that that's what he was famous for.
Yeah, that's part of it.
Your cat's got the zoomies. I'm getting the sweats. I don't know what's happening. I do need a super soaker. Babe.
So, if you're listening, they just hear the little pitter patter of a cat running by.
And half of them love it. They're like, more cat content. They're like, give the cats catnip before you start recording.
Hook a little microphone to the cats. Like, why?
Why is he zooming in the middle of this?
I don't know. This is just a little fun story about Lonnie. He represented his high school at the 1968 Junior Engineering Technical Society Science Fair. So he was kind of a brainiac like you. You were at the math convention. Mm-hmm. It was held at the University of Alabama in Tuscaloosa. This is just an interesting fact about like where history was at the time. 5 years earlier, Governor George Wallace stood in the doorway of the same auditorium on the same campus, trying to physically block 2 black students from enrolling.
Iconic imagery.
Exactly.
I know it well.
It was called Stand in the Schoolhouse Door. And he declared segregation now, segregation tomorrow, segregation forever. And then now we have Lonnie. He's representing his school. He's the only black student in the competition. And he built a compressed air-powered robot from junkyard scraps over the course of a year. He called it Linux. And he wins first prize. I have a really adorable picture of him. I'll post this in supplementals of him next to his robot. He later recalled that the only thing anyone from the University of Alabama said to his group during the entire competition was goodbye and y'all drive safe now. Nobody congratulated him.
Wow.
So he was like completely outcast. And fortunately, he never let that get him down. He just like had a fire burning inside him. He knew he had to do this kind of work.
He was like, you know what? It's okay. This is okay. I'm not going to let this get me down, but I will invent a gun that doesn't kill those f***ers.
They'll get theirs.
They'll get theirs.
When they're all soaking wet.
And giving me the money.
So he graduates with Williamson's last segregated class in 1969. He has a mathematics scholarship. He has then a bachelor's in mechanical engineering, a master's in nuclear engineering. He joins the Air Force. He's assigned as acting chief of the Space Nuclear Power Safety Section. So he's a brainiac.
Jesus Christ. I worked at an ice cream shop. I worked at 3 ice cream shops.
I mean, you were catering to your strengths, as was he.
I was a master scooper.
You were stealing from an ice cream shop with Band-Aids on your earlobes.
Stealing from an ice cream shop. And he's getting his 9th degree.
Exactly. And I know I talk a lot of trash on NASA, but I'm supportive of him.
Good. Most of our listeners would like you to get on board with NASA.
Somebody was like, doesn't NASA also do the ocean? And I was like, had never heard that. I'm willing to look into it. And then I looked at it, it was like 10% of their budget goes to the ocean. I'm like, you know what? This is what will make me shut up. 50-50 split. Sky and sea.
What sea organization is giving to the sky? They don't even have to give to the sea.
NASA should be split 50-50. Half of the money goes to the sky, goes up. Half the money go down.
The National Space Department,
yeah,
whatever NASA stands for, NASA. The S is in there for space, right?
Yep, and the D is for department.
And there's no W for water, and they still give.
That's a really good point. You think they're being really generous.
Yeah.
In 1979, he creates his first U.S. patent, which is, I mean, this is just, how smart is this guy? This is one of those things where I think, like, thank God we're not the smartest people, because would we have thought of the digital distance measuring instrument that uses a lens to read binary encoded data from a precision scale, the same technology as CD and DVD players?
Not binary, but I think the rest of those words I would have thought of.
So I never knew how CDs and DVDs worked.
Laser.
Okay. So this is what it is. It like apparently reads like little tiny little microscopic things with a super strong lens. And it's the same kind of technology that's, as I said, used in CDs and DVDs. He patents it, moves on, and does not commercialize it. So he's saying that is the CD launches in 1982, the DVD in 95. Both industries are built on the same optical reading principle. So he calls this the big fish that got away. If he had like pursued that, he would have had like the patent on all CD and DVD production. But, you know, let it go. His time's coming. Don't worry about him. He's going to be just fine.
He's going to get his squirt gun. He could have had DVD and CD royalties and he got a squirt gun.
Yeah, he'll be okay. Don't worry about him.
He better
well,
be.
let's just keep talking about him and his history because he's so cool. 1979, NASA's JPL lab in Pasadena. I've hiked near it. I've gotten lost and gone up to the gate and gotten a sticker.
None of this makes sense to anyone listening. You got lost. You went up to a gate, and what's the sticker?
At JPL, they give you a NASA sticker.
Oh, so you hate NASA, there? But you want the sticker.
If a security guard is directing me to the entrance to a trail and offers my kids a sticker, how funny would it be if I said, "Sir, I do not support your organization," and roll up the window?
Give 40% more to the ocean and we'll talk stickers, sir.
Do you have any stickers that have like water life, aquatic? I notice it's all stars in space.
One of my lamest regrets in life is not collecting the complete set of Trader Joe's stickers.
You mean like the ones that they give kids?
Yeah. Like they have a different one at all times for different holidays and seasons. I don't know when they started. There's like 12 different designs each time.
Oh, yeah.
And I kind of wish I had collected them all.
So they oscillate. Sometimes it's like the custom one. Lately, it's been all just like generic flowers and generic, just all the same American flags. So maybe they're in between designers right now.
They are going hard on red, white, and blue, which I don't remember them doing before. I feel like that's going to be like their new like annual memorial 4th of July. Or maybe it's because of this 250th anniversary of America.
Is there a new tote coming out to celebrate?
Apparently, I'm getting a lot of people sending me, there's like 6 new insulated totes coming out for summer that are very cute. But
you don't need any more of these. You don't like them.
I'm not buying them. I'm not interested in them.
In fact, how many do you have?
Of the
insulated totes?
Like 10. But before I was like, I don't want these.
Yeah.
I didn't buy any of the last batch.
There you go. Okay. Good for you. It's
Canvas,
progress.
yes. Insulated, no.
So he starts working as a systems engineer at NASA's JPL on the Galileo mission to Jupiter. Sure. That sounds cool. He also works on the Cassini and Mars Observer. By day, spacecraft. By night,
squirt, squirt.
Squirt, squirt. That's like you.
Very similar to me. Secret jobs during the day and squirting all night long.
1982, the year that I mentioned in the opening. I mean, God, there's just not going to be ever a year that good again for like movies. It's just like crazy when you think about like one year in the 80s, just how much good stuff came out. So 1982 was a good year. That was when he was working at home. He has an idea to create a heat pump that won't use Freon. This is what he does in his spare time.
Wait, do we know what happened in 1982? Like, is that Pac-Man yet? Cubert? Is
Cubert.
it Wacky Wall Walkers? Garbage Pail Kids?
Yeah, I'm
They're
sure.
around that time. Scratch and Sniff stickers.
Oh, definitely. A root beer scratch and sniff sticker.
Skunk. I didn't hate the skunk.
I liked the skunk.
I didn't hate the skunk.
I don't hate the smell of real skunk.
I don't either. Unless it's right fresh.
But if it just catching it in a breeze, I don't mind. I might like it.
I might like it.
Pepe Le Pew.
Okay.
That's right. So he's trying to work on an environmentally friendly refrigeration alternative to Freon that uses water. That's what I do when I'm coming home from work as well. He created custom nozzles in his shop, and he was testing them on his bathroom sink. When he turned it on, a powerful stream of water blasts across the bathroom and into the bathtub. His first thought, which he has told in hundreds of interviews since then, I accidentally shot a stream of water across the bathroom where I was doing the experiment and thought to myself, this would make a great gun.
Okay.
So he is
first thought was gun.
Exactly.
Not bidet, not power washer.
Nope. He's
Gun.
thinking about having fun. Yeah.
Okay.
So he got the idea. He's working on an environmental problem, and this kind of ends up being like a little side thing that he thankfully puts time into exploring. He builds a prototype from a soda bottle, PVC pipe, nylon tubing, and O-rings. He gives it as a gift to his 7-year-old daughter, and she proceeds to dominate every neighborhood water pistol fight on the Air Force Base.
Oh my gosh.
Her friends are obsessed with it. She's the talk of the town. He watches this and he starts to wonder if selling a toy could generate enough revenue to fund the other inventions he actually cares about. So we've talked about this with like different inventors over the time of our show. Like, he wasn't in it for like the profit specifically. He does not care about being rich and famous. He has these big dreams of making like real change through innovation. And so he's thinking like, well, if I could make this toy and sell it, market it, then that could fund the real work I want to do that will make the world a better place.
That's smart.
He's a really cool guy. So he said, I thought to myself, I could focus on the Super Soaker because it would generate some revenue and pay for the cost of other things I wanted to do. So he's not like born to be a toy maker. He's excited about what it could pay for.
And what he can invent.
Did
I ever tell you one of my, I'm sorry to go off topic here.
Never.
No.
We shouldn't do that.
I don't want to go off topic. I think that's tacky when pods do that. One of my favorite moments in my life was at a birthday party that was thrown for me at Griffith Park, not the one that you were at, but another one earlier. And we had the party. There was probably, 20, 30, 40 people there. And at one point, my friend was like, hey, John, we need to like set something up. We need you to go, like, can you go over there like 20 feet and give us a minute? And I was like, sure. So I walked 20 feet and I'm like, okay, actually we're ready. And I turn around and everyone was lined up with a water balloon. And they all just tried their damnedest to pelt me. And I swear to God, there is not footage of it. I wish there was, or I could call someone to have them verify my story. I turned into the Matrix. I dodged every single water balloon that was thrown at me. And one of the last ones I caught, threw back, and hit someone. It was like one of those, like, in my head, like the crowds are cheering moments.
That's amazing. You do have really good aim.
I have oddly good aim.
I'm not surprised.
When I die, that'll probably be one
fun.
of the moments that make me smile.
We'll do that at your funeral.
Great.
We'll have a water balloon fight.
I love that. Pie fight too.
in your honor.
I like gentle fights.
That sounds good. So he's sent back to the Air Force Base in 1982 to work on the B-2 stealth bomber program. So he's doing his stealth bomber work during the day, and then by night he's machining plexiglass pieces for his water gun. In 1985, he pitches to Daisy, which is a BB gun company, and they're interested, but just nothing happens. Then he goes to LGN Toys, whose Enertech brand of battery-powered water guns is popular, and Enertech actually begins developing his designs, but then the entire toy gun industry collapses.
Why?
In 1988, there's some high-profile incidents of police shooting children whose toy guns were mistaken for real weapons. Plus, criminals are using realistic toy guns in crimes, which is producing federal regulations requiring all toy guns, which is funny. I didn't know when this started, all toy guns have that bright orange plastic barrel.
Right.
Or an obviously unrealistic color scheme so that there's no confusion. And even with that, it's still enough to where like nobody's putting money in the toy gun industry. So Enertech sales collapse. LGN is acquired by Acclaim Entertainment. They pivot solely to video games. They stop selling any toys at all. And then by 1989, Enertech is gone. Johnson's deal is dead. So it was like, I mean, we've heard that story in Hollywood 100 times. Something gets sold, something, it's like anything that made it lose momentum, and this whole thing collapses.
For every television show you see, there's 2,000 that didn't make it across the line.
That close, exactly.
Did you ever have, and this is going to make me seem as old as Steve, I think they were already old when I played with them, but did you ever have a cap gun or like that metal gun that had the little ring?
It was a little orange ring that had like circles all around it.
Like 8 little circles around it with like gunpowder.
Yeah.
And or this probably the same stuff that like the
snappers,
Poppets had.
yeah.
And you would put that ring in the back of it and it made that little pop. And I love that little smell of that, whatever that was.
Yeah, some kind of little smoldering something.
Yeah, those are fun.
Snappers, they have it. Costco, about like 2 times a year, I'll buy 1,000 pack of snappers because I would get like 1 box here and there. And like, it just, if there's ever a moment where like my son is driving me crazy, I'm like, go get some snappers. And he'll just like stand there, like just throw them at the ground one by one.
I love that we had, when we were kids, we had guns that like popped and smoked. We had fake cigarette bubble gum that was like wrapped in paper that had 1 puff of powdered smoke in it. We're just like chain smoking and shooting
and
things.
Somehow it still seems like it was more wholesome than like being a child today.
1,000,000%.
I don't know how, but it does. It's like you see a kid now who's like, I don't know, like brain is like rotted by like YouTube or whatever. And for some reason, like a kid pretending to smoke and holding a fake gun is like, aw, the good old days.
I mean, to be fair, I did grow up to be a heavy smoker.
True. Do you think it was related?
I mean, I'm sure somehow.
Did you like the bubble gum? There were 2 kinds. There was the bubble gum cigarettes and then the one that were like the kind of almost like a Lick-a-Maid.
The Lick-a-Maid ones were lame because they were just like, they had like a red like tip painted on them. It was the gum ones where it was at because that really first one had powder in them and like you would get one little fake puff of smoke out of them. And I just love them.
I bought a fake cigarette from a magic shop, you know, like the prank section that will have like the fake dog poop and stuff. They would have like a fake cigarette and it would have like a little like red cellophane in the end. So it looked like it was lit. And I remember hanging out outside the bowling alley holding that and like thinking like when I was like 13 and thinking like some adults probably think this is real. That was pretty fun. So the deal is kind of dead and sure, it could lose steam, but Lonnie Johnson is not the kind of guy to give up on a dream. So he's not going to let this quit. He goes to the 1989 North American International Toy Fair in New York. Time travel hamburger man, take me there.
You got Slinky you got Rubik's Cube. No, they would have been there a few years earlier. Yeah, we've been to this toy fair a few times over the
89 feels like that would have been a good year to be there.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Because you know what it would be? It would be updates of all the toys that were already popular from the 80s.
Sure.
There'd be like a Cabbage Patch with like a gun. I don't know, whatever.
Smoking a cigarette.
It
was of the
time.
He meets the co-owners of Laramie Corporation, which is a Philadelphia company known for their cheap licensed toys. So he's invited to their office and he knocks their socks off. He takes a prototype out of his suitcase and he shoots paper cups off the table with this stream of water. And it's like one of those, I mean, God, a movie. This has to be a movie. And that would like seal the deal because at this point we were trying to like, remember what squirt guns were like. You had a little reservoir. You would take out that plug, like hold it under a sink with just a stream of water just right. It would fill the body of the gun, would fill with water. And then it's like, cheep, cheep, cheep. And it like squirts out 12 inches. This guy's coming in and shooting like
a machine gun,
a stream of water effortlessly. So he gets the deal. And engineering consultant Bruce DeAndre works with Johnson to make it manufacturable at scale because we always have to figure out a way to scale something. In 1999, it goes on sale with the name Power Drencher.
No, that's not terrible.
It's not terrible.
The Power Drencher.
The Power
1999?
1990.
1990, okay.
Yeah, Power Drencher. In case people don't know what a super soaker is or what made it different, I described what water guns were, where you fill the little reservoir and it goes like 3 feet.
I mean, they used to be like, they were like dinky. Talk about a takeaway toy for a kid's party.
Yes.
You would get like a squirt gun, probably 29 cents. It would be like a clear green or some color. Had that, I don't even know what that's, I feel like that reminds me of something, but the little plug that's got the little stick on it so it can't come all the way out if it was a good one.
It's like the equivalent of like a t-shirt tag, that little plastic with a little letter T to hold it in. And that would always come out and get lost somewhere on the lawn.
Hold that to the side and hold this under either if you were out at the hose getting a drink.
God, good luck.
Good luck. Do it in the sink in the kitchen. Fill that up, and then just the most unsatisfying squirts.
Yes, and the reason why it was so unsatisfying is that there was no sustained air pressure. It was basically the equivalent of a squirt bottle where there's like a tube that you are pulling the water up through and out the gun. The Power Drencher has a separate pressurized air chamber. So you pump it manually. If you ever use a Super Soaker, you know what I'm talking about. Pump, 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 pump,
pump it hard.
Builds the pressure of the compressed air.
You can feel it. It gets tighter and tighter. I'm not even trying to be gay.
I know what you mean, where it's like the first few come easy, and then it's like, and you're like, can I get one more?
And then it just explodes.
And then it explodes, and it could literally fire up to 50 feet, which was like, imagine going from 3 feet, chink, chink, the equivalent of a spray bottle, like glass cleaner, to 50 feet, laser focused stream. I mean, this was crazy. So at this point, it still has a soda bottle reservoir on top. So this was the innovation, the way to scale it, uses a soda bottle. And so this was obviously very exciting for the market to see a completely new take on something that they had written off as just like a dinky little kid's toy. The Power Drencher comes out with zero marketing or advertising. Of course, who cares? No one's going to notice. This is a completely new product and you're not promoting it or showing anybody what makes it different or special. Laramie biffs it there. They spent no money on advertising. Then they decide to do a rebrand, change the name to Super Soaker 50 to imply the 50 feet that it goes, which is, I think, a good detail to add. Super Soaker, I feel like, just has a better alliteration to it. It's very evocative of like, well, you know, what it does.
Yeah.
Before the Super Soaker hit shelves, Johnson had already had one toy reach the market, which was called the Jam and Jet. Are you familiar with the Jam and Jet? This was in 1987.
No.
This is just a fun detail in case anybody remembers it. It was a water-propelled toy airplane. And he said the idea for the Super Soaker preceded the airplane, but the airplane was the one that made it to the market first. So the Jam and Jet failed because it had a manufacturing defect, but pitching it to Enertech is how Johnson almost in passing mentioned that he had a water gun prototype. So it kind of like he was definitely dabbling in the toy market and kind of learning the ins and outs and what made something successful or not. I'm just curious if anybody had ever played with a Jam and Jet before that was off the market. But it opened the door for the Super Soaker. So now we have the TV campaign. This is if there ever was a product that needed a TV campaign, the Super Soaker is the one to do it. Their slogan, wetter is better. Wetter is better. I'm going to text this commercial to you so you can watch it.
Did I forget to invite you to the pool party? Well, maybe next year.
On those occasions when you need to make a big splash, there's the Super Soaker 100. It has a powerful air pressure system.
Oh, Buffy!
A range of up to 60 feet. And a drenching spray. The Super Soaker 100.
It's a water gun of a higher caliber.
Also the 50, or the ultimate, the 200.
Oh, wow. So you can pick your range, 50, 100, or 200. It looks a lot. My gun was different. I don't know if mine was an official Super Soaker. Mine was all black and looked more like a Tommy gun or a machine gun.
Really? The Super Soaker ones are always kind of like neon and bright. Like, I think you might have just had a gun.
I think I had a pistol.
When I looked it up, I got confirmation that was the first commercial. I also saw some that were just kind of like narrators panning around the Super Soaker and kind of like describing its specs. So I don't know which one actually came out first. If you heard that one, it was two nerds who are rejected from coming to a pool party. They are kind of like dressed like the Blues Brothers.
They look exactly like two young Blues Brothers. And they're like really dousing people with like a big old splash. Mine was also more like lasery and like like fee 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 fee. But like theirs is like
yeah, like a blast. There was another commercial too that used that same revenge theme where it was a kid getting like beat up by a gang of bullies, and then like he returns with a Super Soaker to like blast them all.
I like
which
that.
is not really a theme that we celebrate.
Times have changed. I mean, this was 30 years ago. Wait, 90, 2010, 20, 35.
Okay.
Yeah,
35. That sounds about right.
God.
2 million units sold in a single summer.
Wow.
By the end of 1992, the Super Soaker is the #1 selling toy in the United States with over 200 million in retail sales. I mentioned that in the opening. Laramie's Advertising sells 27 million Super Soakers in the first 3 years at roughly $10 each, which is about $25 today. Lonnie Johnson later told the BBC, "That was the summer we sold 20 million guns, and I remember just staring at my royalties check in disbelief. Kids who have grown up with squirt guns that dribble 3 feet are now holding something that it's become like an arms race now in the neighborhood because Super Soaker is constantly coming out with like a new version that goes even farther. There was the one that had the backpack reservoir that would hold extra water. It's like, it's now changed the game forever as far as like, no one's going back to an old squirt gun now that Super Soaker is on the market.
And you had to fill that big tank up,
You had to fill up the big tank, but it was easier to fill up a big tank because it was essentially filling up a soda bottle compared to like the little dribbler.
Yeah.
It was much easier. A few pop culture moments with Super Soaker. Spring of 1992, Super Soakers on The Tonight Show. Johnny Carson soaks his sidekick, Ed McMahon, with one on national television. Soaked.
Poor Ed. It's like, why couldn't Johnny be the one soaked? It's always got to be the sidekick.
I know. That's really punching down a little bit. Yeah, we should soak the host.
Soak the host.
Soak the host.
There's our annual charity event.
Soak the host.
Soak the
Jimmy
host.
Fallon, you want to be a good guy now? Get back in our good graces.
This is on brand for you, Jimmy. Soak the host. Brought to you by On Brand.
Michael Jackson cited the Super Soaker as one of his favorite toys.
I have been on such a Michael Jackson rabbit hole for the last 2 weeks.
Yeah.
I think since the movie came out, there's been a lot of clips and footage of him that have just been making the circuit. God, I just loved him.
Yeah, what a hero. We won't speak to any of his controversies. He's a fantastic artist.
I mean, I will defend him and stand by him my entire life.
We love Michael Jackson.
Yeah.
There was a 2003 Fox TV special that had footage of him from 1990, Michael, Janet, and Macaulay Culkin having a Super Soaker fight across Neverland Ranch.
Oh my gosh. I've seen a lot of footage of Macaulay and Michael together too, man. They were like best
They were like
buds.
besties, yeah.
Macaulay's talked about it in adult life too. He's the one that's like, not to get into Michael's controversy, but he's the one who's like,
he's a good guy.
just never,
I
ever.
know.
He's like, if anyone, it would have been me.
It would have been
like,
him,
he
exactly.
knows that.
The
So,
cutest boy in America.
The hottest young now. They just seem like such little kids. Like there's footage of him like pushing Michael in a pool. Like they just had so much fun. Having a huge pie fight. The pie fight that I've dreamt of my whole life.
Would be at Neverland Ranch. You, Macaulay Culkin, Michael.
It had like a whole table. It was for John Landis after filming one of the videos.
Oh my gosh, how funny.
Just endless pies. It looks so fun.
Hey, while you're time traveling, go back to that.
Get on the set of the rap set of the Bad video and get myself invited to the pie fight while I'm chomping on a Big Mac from the 60s. Okay.
If you're dreaming.
If I'm dreaming.
Why not?
Yeah.
He had an epic Super Soaker fight with Elizabeth Taylor on Christmas morning in 1993.
White diamonds.
White diamonds. These have always brought me luck. Rashida Jones, a friend of the pod.
Deep friend of the pod. Well,
my best friend.
That makes sense because she's Quincy Jones's daughter.
Exactly, yes. So she was a childhood friend of Michael Jackson. God. And she would tell stories because she was Angie Tribeca, a show I worked on. So I have spent a little time with Rashida, that she got bit by Bubbles. And she still has a scar.
I recently learned that Bubbles is now living a very quiet, comfortable life on like a reserve somewhere, like away from public eye.
I always forget how long chimps live.
Forever. I'm really, ever since Terry was on the show and I had that revelation that she had met Andy Warhol, there's these people like Warhol and Jackson and all these people that have become so larger than life to me. It's so crazy to just picture them as normal human beings.
They almost exist in another timeline.
Yeah. But they're just people we know met.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's because it does feel like a long time ago now, but it's like, yeah, totally not.
Yeah.
So Rashida told a story that there was a time where her sister, Michael and Emmanuel Lewis
oh my God.
got in a car with Super Soakers and went by a movie theater. And she says, super soaked the hell out of people waiting in line. They had no idea they just been super soaked by the king of pop.
Oh my God. That's like an 80s joke. So Michael Jackson, Emmanuel Lewis, and Rashida Jones walk into a movie theater.
So if you got squirted outside of a movie theater in Los Angeles, it might have been by Michael Jackson.
Oh my, they just pieced that together. Have you ever seen that photo? I hope this is real. I'm just going to assume it is real. I saw it a few years ago. This guy was like, my whole life, I believed that my parents got Michael Jackson to come to like my 5-year-old birthday party. And I'm at my parents' house going through our stuff and just came across the picture. And it's like a picture of the worst Michael Jackson impersonator of you've ever seen next to this like happy 5-year-old kid. Oh my God, it kills me.
I'll occasionally see on Instagram, like there's a Taylor Swift impersonator who's really good. And she does kids' birthdays and stuff. And I wonder, I'm like, did they think that's the real Taylor Swift? 100%.
Probably. Oh my gosh.
This is another fun thing. For several years running during the Obama administration, Vice President Joe Biden hosted an annual first day of summer party at the Naval Observatory where it would be an epic super soaker battle.
Wow.
Yeah, which
I
is
would
pretty
love
fun.
That.
I know, right? So guests over the years, you have Wolf Blitzer getting blasted by Rachel Maddow.
Of course, Rachel's blasting him. God bless her.
Summer of 1992, we see super soakers getting banned in Boston, this is like kind of a beginning of like a social ripple, I guess, about how people are seeing these water guns. 15-year-old Christopher Poochie Miles, Poochie is his cute nickname, was walking through the neighborhood. He comes upon a super soaker water fight. This is a sad story. One participant pulls out a real gun. Miles was a bystander, not a participant. He is caught in the crossfire and he's killed. So days later, 2 young men are wounded in New York City after one accidentally sprays a passerby with a super soaker. Passerby retaliates with a real gun. Around that same time, a woman in Boston and her 4-year-old son receive major burns when somebody super soaks them with bleach while they're driving by.
What?
A bus driver in Inglewood is hit in the face with bleach from a super soaker while behind the wheel. This is all like... maybe people are getting the idea and it's kind of spreading that way, but this is all in a short period of time that there's like incidents involving super soakers happening around the country that are resulting in either injury or death. By the end of June, Boston Mayor Raymond Flynn calls on retailers to stop selling super soakers. He's describing super soakers as a gateway to urban violence and gun use in the same way you would say marijuana is a gateway drug to harder drugs. Many stores comply with this and critics fire back. They say, if you want to stop people shooting each other, ban actual guns and not water guns. And Laramie is, of course, responding, saying the guns are safe when they're used as directed and politicians should focus on real gun control.
But there's so many, I mean, this is like a forever fight. I mean, you have gun violence in movies, you have gun violence in video games.
Is it video games? Exactly. What is it?
It's everywhere.
It just happened to be this like one moment in time where super soakers were the unfortunate name in the headlines that people could point to as like a, the cause of this. And obviously some tragedies associated with, but schools across the country were banning super soakers.
I could see schools banning them.
Yeah, people are kind of starting to turn on them. I mean, I would say thankfully for super soaker, that mayor of Boston ended up moving to be like the representative for the Vatican. And like he took his super soaker ban with him. And then the next mayor who came in was like, we don't care. We're good. They're back. So the guns, it fizzled in by the next year. It just like was bad timing. And like, we see those come up in culture. And I remember that from elementary school where it'd be like, oh, there's like a couple rumors around like this, maybe one kid like ate this certain type of candy and like, or there was a rumor that like somebody mixed something in it and then like it'll get banned and like it just gets picked up in the headlines as like kind of a panic. And so this was one of those things. But fortunately for the squirkin industry, it did fizzle out. So now 92, 96, this is when like the line is expanding rapidly. This is when the slate of super soakers, you have now the like tank volume is increasing. You have the SS 20, 25, 100, 200, 300. That's the tank volume and firepower. The SS 300 is the 6.5 liter backpack tank with a wide nozzle.
I start to tune out on most brands when all the products just have letters and numbers for names, model numbers.
I feel like that way about cars though, but like there must be some people whose brain that tracks with. Yeah. But it's so not mine.
It's so not mine.
I'm like call it like the Tamara, the Cindy, the Judith.
Yeah, I think I'm thinking of a light blue Judith. What do you think? Okay.
To me, that seems more interesting.
All right, so we're like 90s, we're like 95, 96, did you said?
Yeah,
okay,
mid-90s.
So this movie is like, okay, it's like split screen. We have the Super Soaker factory over here. They're going through the assembly lines. They're adding attachments to it. They're making them backpacks. Here, we have James Cameron, and he's shooting scenes from Titanic. We've got the hydraulic lifting. Talk about water squirting out.
I bet he loved a Super Soaker because he's such a fan of water.
That seems like something that would have been like a wrap gift at Titanic. For sure, everyone gets a Super Soaker.
It might have been this one, actually. 1996, the CPS 2000. So if you were a kid in 1996, I'm curious if anybody is familiar with this. Laramie introduces, Hasbro purchased Laramie, by the way, in 1995, in case anybody was like, why hasn't she mentioned that Hasbro purchased Laramie and then became the manufacturer of Super Soakers?
It all ends up with Hasbro or Mattel.
They introduced the constant pressure system line in 1996. So previous Super Soakers had air and water in the same chamber. So pressure would fade as the water depleted, which I remember. It's like it starts out with that really strong blast, and as it goes, it gets weaker and weaker. The CPS, not Child Protective Services, CPS used a separate thick-walled rubber balloon inside the gun. So it had full pressure from the first blast to the last. The CPS 2000 Mark I had a 3.1 liter tank, fires approximately 1 liter per second, powerful enough for the shooter to feel the gun recoil. Reports of stinging skin, bruising, blurred vision from headshots.
Oh my God.
It had to be discontinued because it was too powerful.
I would hope.
And no Super Soaker that has been released has even come close. They stopped using that technology. And you can find them on eBay, some even like mint in box for $350.
Did you get one?
I did not get one on the company card.
Good.
But that's seen as like the most insane water gun to ever exist, and nothing else that has come out since has come close, because it's like we don't need them to like blind children.
Paint off of a car.
Exactly. So Lonnie Johnson, during this whole time, he's never a full-time toy maker. So he's always using the money from Super Soaker to fund his other projects. So he kept working at JPL to work on the Mars Observer. His Nerf gun licensing deal with Hasbro, signed in 2001, eventually generates more annual revenue than the Super Soaker because Nerf is year-round rather than seasonal. By the time the CPS 2000 is leaving bruises on children across America, Johnson is already deep into battery technology and the early concept work that will become the JTEC, which I'll get to later. So he's funding his innovation, and his main thing is like these clean energy projects.
Cuba Gooding Jr. Had they made the movie in the 2000s, Cuba Gooding Jr.
Absolutely.
I watched Jerry Maguire this week. I got like
You did?
I got an itch to see it.
Oh my God.
I just wanted, like, there's something about that movie. I love the music. I love the whole
really
like
good.
mission thing.
Yeah.
They're all so good in it. And Cuba is so good in it. When he calls them and it's down, like Jerry's lost all of his people and that asshole's across the office and he's taken all of his people and he's stuck on the phone with Cuba and he won't let it go. And he does that whole show me the money thing.
It's so good.
It's so good.
It's so good. I hadn't seen it until we were cruising through summer, like 8 years ago, when we watched all those Tom Cruise movies that summer.
Yeah.
It's really good. It holds up.
It really does.
It holds up. I sent you a link. This was a product that came out in 2006 that was only on the market for a short amount of time. I want to see if you can tell why this product was quietly discontinued.
Okay.
What do you call the new watered ooze blast and oozinator? Oh, yeah! Gross! Ew! Disgusting! And of course, awesome! The new oozinator blaster from Super Soaker. Makes your puppet require refill sold separate.
Okay, it's a very pixelated video, but what is it? It looks like it's shooting out chunks of something.
It's like a chunk of ooze.
That's
ooze.
It's
yeah.
like goo.
Gooey.
They're getting. It looks like they're getting on. It's like a bunch of kids that are like getting by the town bully.
Yeah, you can imagine why that product maybe didn't stick around too long.
Are those available on eBay?
They are, as well as replacement cartridges of ooze. Though, I mean, that was in 2006, so this ooze now is 20 years old. I'm not sure if it's solidified into a big chunk.
I mean, at this point, 20-year-old ooze is probably the best I can hope for.
So no more oozinator. In 2002, Laramie closes permanently. In 2010, the Super Soaker brand is folded into the Nerf brand.
That makes sense.
Yes,
Synergy.
It's a natural
Nerf,
fit.
man. Have we done? Oh, I did Nerf. I did Nerf.
No, I did Nerf.
You did Nerf.
I did Nerf.
I remember doing the Nerf Insta Egg.
Nerf is a fun
Nerf
one.
has been done.
Play ball in the house. Yeah, go revisit. Oh, you could do like a double feature, Nerf and Super Soaker.
There you go.
If you haven't listened to that one in a while.
That's a fun weekend.
The product line is redesigned with Nerf's aesthetic to kind of create more synergy across the products, so they look more linked, so they're more technical, plastic heavy, less of the original distinctive silhouette. Customers who are longtime fans consider this to be a downgrade. They will, of course, anytime anything like folds into something else, people will say they prefer the original more.
Yeah.
The guns lose a little bit of firing power. Maybe they're a little bit cheaper to manufacture, but now it's just a Nerf subline. Meanwhile, Johnson has been earning royalties under his licensing deal. So it was first with Laramie and then with Hasbro. So his team begins auditing the accounts. And the numbers are not adding up. Hasbro has agreed in a 1996 contract to pay Johnson royalties of 2% for 3-dimensional products based on the appearance of the Super Soaker and 1% for 2-dimensional visual representations. You have to get very technical in these kind of patent copyright things. So Hasbro has been selling water guns visually similar to Super Soakers that incorporate Johnson's technology without paying his royalty. They've also underpaid royalties owed on the Nerf and Strike and Dart taglines covered under a separate agreement. So they were basically using his water gun technology and not paying him the royalties based on his patent.
Why does everybody, this whole story, if you think about it, if you really start to tear down the story of Super Soakers, you've got a man who creates power.
Yes.
That power gets in the wrong hands, and all of a sudden people are using the power for evil. They're shooting bleach out of it. They're like really doing the worst they can. And then you have corruption. You have this corporation that refuses to dole out what is rightly due.
Yes.
This has everything.
Preach.
Girl, here's your show. Just Soaker. I don't know yet.
Power Drencher.
SS? What? Power Drencher. Wow.
February of 2013, you're about to get your redemption.
That was like 2 years ago.
It was 2 years ago. Johnson Research and Development, his company, files a claim against Hasbro for underpaid royalties from 2007 to 2012. The case goes to arbitration. The arbitrator rules entirely in Johnson's favor on every count.
$16.8 million.
He is awarded
$320 million.
$72.9 million.
Oh, that's so much money.
One of the largest individual inventor payouts in toy industry history.
And that's just money that would have just never, like if you didn't fight for it, you never would have gotten it.
Hasbro had made over $1 billion from his invention. So for them, 80 million is like nothing.
That's why I don't get it. That's why I never understand the greed of it all.
I know, right?
And in the movie, is that like the last thing? Is that like and Johnson was awarded $73 million. He's proposing to his girlfriend tonight.
Yeah, it's a Legally Blonde thing. He is like an Elle Woods.
He is the Elle Woods.
People write him off. And he's going to show them all. He's going to get the last laugh.
Wow.
So what did he do with the money? He invests his Super Soaker royalties into a private research laboratory in Atlanta. He is working on 2 things that could matter far more than any water gun. So first is a next generation solid state lithium battery. So his company that I mentioned earlier, JES, I forget what the acronym is, but it's Johnson Energy Storage and Johnson Battery Technologies, Inc. So he's developing batteries with significantly longer, higher energy density than our regular batteries we have.
Babe, buy an island. Chill. Buy an island. What are you doing? I don't need this.
This could be applied to electric vehicles. You know how Alistair's electric vehicle, he can't even make it to Santa Monica?
He's like, can you drive me to Gelson's? I'm like, that's 2 blocks away. You're like, I'd have to charge for 3 days.
My car won't make it. It won't make it. So these could be used in EVs. It could be used in aircrafts, mobile devices. His work is ongoing. It has attracted serious interest from the energy sector. That would be the title card. And his work has attracted serious interest from the energy sector. And he's proposing to his girlfriend tonight. He also started, here it is, JTEC, the Johnson Thermoelectric. He has so many clubs with little acronyms. The Johnson Thermoelectric Energy Converter, which is a solid state heat engine with no moving parts that converts heat directly into electricity. So 60%. Okay, this is going to be too technical.
You had me up until now. Now I'm nodding off.
Well, let me just say that if it reached its potential, it could make solar energy competitive with coal, which for him, the way he's seeing is how much global conflict is over energy. If you could figure out a way to make solar energy on par with coal as far as efficiency.
I didn't even know.
World peace.
We still use coal?
Yes.
We haven't figured out something better than coal yet? What are we doing?
We're shoveling coal into like the backs of computers. It's very Titanic.
God, that was so. Oh, those poor people in that coal room.
We know because we did it in the escape room.
We had to shovel coal in the escape room.
And in the
Uniqlo
virtual
room.
Uniqlo exhibit.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So in talking about his Johnson thermoelectric energy converter and the super soaker, he's quoted to say, "It's like the great-great-grandson of the heat pump I was working on when I was working on the water gun. So in 1982, working on an environmentally friendly heat pump, accidentally invents a super soaker, and then now he's using the royalties to fund the work he had been trying to do all along, which is create this heat pump to solve all global conflict." So he's a pretty cool guy. This is just a little fun fact if you're a fan of Mark Rober, the YouTube guy. He made that like squirrel maze bird feeder thing. So he was a NASA JPL engineer turned YouTube creator, and he created the Guinness World Record's largest super soaker, which was 7 feet long, pressurized at 2,400 PSI, which is 8 times the pressure of a fire truck hose.
Oh my God.
And it fired water at 272 miles per hour. It was strong enough to slice watermelons in half, shatter wine glasses, and split soda cans. Of course, tens of millions of views. And during that build, he called up Lonnie Johnson and he gave him like some fun tips on his experiment. So that's something fun to watch. If you're a fan of Mark Robert, you can watch that. So he's a cool guy.
I like that someone's interviewing at NASA and they're like, I'm so excited about the opportunity to work here. So where have your alumni gone? What have they gone on to do? Oh, well, this guy went to make a squirt gun. Mm-hmm. This guy's a YouTuber. We really set the bar high.
It's interesting. And yet only 10% for the ocean. Wow.
Can I have the weekend to think about it? I'm going to talk to my parents who are dolphins.
So that's the story of Super Soaker.
You know what I say that story is?
What?
Super interesting.
Oh, thank you.
Very fun.
That's a fun one. I mean, would make a hell of a movie. It's not like when I started to get nervous as I was like reading the articles about it, because I was like, is this going to be like a sad ending where like he was stripped of his credit and it was like, oh no, he actually made out quite well.
Tries to kill himself with a super soaker and just gets wet. And then it just looks like he's crying. And then that comes up.
Is it on brand for you?
I got to figure out, I need my own personal guidelines to what makes something on brand or off brand for me.
If you were shopping for a squirt gun, would you care about a super soaker brand or would you just get whichever cheaper one? Generic.
I mean, I feel like now because we've done the show, I would lean towards it. I don't know that I would have an hour ago.
Okay, I think that counts. I would say that counts. If you'll now be brand loyal to Super Soaker after hearing this.
Yeah, and he still gets royalties.
Yeah, he's doing great. And he's doing really important work with all of his little clubs.
And he's going to continue looking into lithium batteries, right?
He is.
So my money would help be funding that research.
Alistair might be able to drive to the beach.
Alistair driving to Disneyland. What a dream. Yeah, I'll say it's on brand for me. I'll have a squirt to that. Not hard on brand. I don't know. But yeah, it's on brand.
I think it might be on brand for me too. I before hearing this story, I was probably pretty neutral. But now I'm like, I need a super soaker.
It'd be fun to have one. I would rather be in the woods having like a super soaker fight than a paint gun fight.
Same, yeah. How do you feel about getting squirted? Do you care? You don't like it?
As long as it doesn't hurt, I don't care. I don't mind getting wet. Yeah. I mean, I'm always drenched in sweat anyway, but this towel's doing well today.
We should sell that towel to a fan.
We should.
Put it in a Ziploc bag. So
God, if anybody wants this damp towel with a few chest hairs in it,
no.
$50 mailed off this weekend.
I would call this 2 hard-ons. You and me.
I didn't. I said not a hard.
2 hard-ons.
2 throbbing hard-ons.
There you go.
We'll be squirting as soon as we wrap it up. Awesome. That was a really fun show. Thanks for teaching us all about super soakers.
Lonnie Johnson. I mean, he should be statue in every town.
Statue in every town? I don't know.
I mean, at least Mobile, Alabama.
Yeah, definitely in Alabama. I mean, he's done more than me, so definitely he should have more statues than me.
And you have how many?
I have none, but I will have one before I go.
I mean, anybody can buy a statue.
I'll commission a statue of myself.
There you go.
Just researching. All right, well, before we go, let's see who our super freaks of the week are. And if you don't know what a Freak of the Week is, that's someone that has played our Insta Egg game, which I post every single Wednesday on our Instagram story. It's a little puzzle, and if you solve it, you're going to find out what our brand's going to be that week. If you let me know what the brand's going to be and you're right, you're going to get a little freak badge, and I'm going to add your name to our Wheel Freaks, which I spend 5 times every episode. Accidentally 6 times this week because I got too eager and spun it 5 times last night, and then I just did 1 live. So these are 6 Freaks of the Week this week. Andrew Urin, Randall Blakener, Megan Callahan, Fiona Creedon, my good friend and Christine's daughter, who's moving into an apartment. Congratulations, Fiona. I think this is the first time you actually became Freak of the Week for just spinning the wheel. So congratulations. Amber Bowler and Dancer. So thank you guys so much for playing the Insta Egg. I have so much fun making them. I love that you guys like playing them. If you're not in our Instagram, check it out. We post posters on there and supplemental materials and games and fun clips and stuff. So be sure to check us out on there. If you don't subscribe to our YouTube, please do that because it's free and we're trying to monetize on there. We need a couple hundred more people to literally all you have to do is click subscribe. I don't even know why you haven't done it yet. There's like thousands of you out there and only 700 people have done it. It's so easy.
That's a really good point.
Just click subscribe. It's so easy and it means a lot to us.
While we're giving shout outs, I'd like to shout out a lovely listener who left us a 5-star review on Apple Podcasts. We have Carrie Nolan says, simply the best. On Brand is the best. It's the perfect blend of education and comedy. Jon and Marisa's banter is A+, and I love all the lore you get from starting at the beginning. My husband introduced me to the pod, and it's now our go-to car podcast. He, Schmingle Dingle, also literally made an Instagram account exclusively to do Insta Eggs. He doesn't even follow anyone else.
There you go.
Although, to be fair, I downloaded Apple Podcasts just to leave this review. I listen on Spotify. Brand Freaks forever. Thank you so much, Carrie Nolan. Be like Schmingle Dingle and go on Instagram to play the Insta Egg game.
I mean, that's literally the perfect example of what amazing. They're like joined the two things just to help us out. That's
so
really,
nice.
really kind.
On Instagram, @OnBrandThePod. On TikTok, @OnBrandThePodcast. Play the Insta Egg game. Check out our supplemental pictures. See the award-winning robot that Lonnie made. And with that, we'll be back next week with an all-new episode.
And remember, we may go off topic, but we'll always be on brand.
Bye.
Bye.